Welcome back to the Caspa Silver YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be covering some news topics for Caspa, so let's go ahead and get right into it. So currently, the price of Caspa is sitting at 0.076 cents, and the current 24-hour volume is sitting at $104 million, with the market cap of Caspa sitting at $2 billion, which puts us at a ranking of number 41 in the entire crypto space. The current supply of Caspa is sitting at 26.36 billion, and the current hash rate is sitting at 928 petahashes. The next reduction in the block reward is going to be in 9 days. The current block reward is 5.19 Caspa, and the next block reward will be 4.90 Caspa. The current amount of active addresses is sitting at 533,274, and the percent mined is sitting at 91.87%. If we're looking at the inactive supply, we can see that the supply not moved in over 3 months is currently hovering at over 72%. And in 6+ months, this is hitting new highs, sitting at 54.49%. 1+ year, this is sitting at 32.76%. 2+ years is at 12.74%, and 3+ years is 3.71%. Now let's get into some news topics. First off, if you have not heard already, there is a brand new application on Caspa called Cassia messaging. I already made a YouTube video about this, and you can watch this video and learn exactly how this works. But Cassia messaging is a way to message other people on the Caspa network, and it's fully encrypted and private, and every single message is a transaction on the network. So this is just another great use case for Caspa. Next, we have a user here called Caspero Labs, and this person is creating a website called Caspa Jobs, which will allow people to post a job related to Caspa, and then you will also get paid in Caspa if you complete that job. So this is still in beta, but it is interesting initiative to create. Next, we have Kaspa KII giving us some word on stablecoins. They say stablecoins on Caspa have huge potential. Yes, we are working on gigawatt stablecoin for the energy industry, which will be a carbon negative instrument for global settlement. But with Warp Core providing ISO transaction rails for banks that outperforms XRPL, Caspa will easily enable the ability for banks or CBDCs to offer stablecoins on a truly decentralized network, unlike the centralized crypto company alternative. And next, we also have recently that America has passed the Genius Act. And the Genius Act basically allows for banks to start adopting stablecoins and making their own stablecoins. So we are really moving along here where cryptocurrency is really starting to get adopted and be put into our traditional financial system, and it's only going to get bigger from here. And I truly believe stablecoins is a really huge market that Caspa is going to be able to tap into. Next, we had MEXC announce that they added a new trading pair for Caspa with the stablecoin USD1. We also had KuCoin announced that they added a new trading pair, which is Caspa and USDC. So really good to see that more stablecoin pairs are being created and added to exchanges, because this just allows for more liquidity to be able to come through Caspa. Recently, Crypto.com made a post asking which crypto is digital silver, and obviously you already know the Caspa community showed up underneath this post and made this post like one of their biggest engaged posts that they've ever probably posted in a very long time. And if we look at all the comments underneath this, you could see that the Caspa community seriously showed up here and tried to let Crypto.com know that Caspa is the digital silver. Next, we had Chris and Tom happen to show up on the BBC network, and they were able to show off some Caspa merch because when they were interviewed, they were wearing Caspa shirts and they were also on live TV. So really cool to see that Caspa is getting that kind of attention sometimes where it's actually appearing on live TV. Next, we had the Caspa Ecosystem Foundation announced that they are saying here, guess what's coming? And this is in relation with Circle and Caspa, kind of teasing that there may be an integration with USDC stablecoin and Caspa. Now, JH gave some clarification on this post because it wasn't really clear. It doesn't answer a lot of questions that people will have, such as like what layer is this USDC going to be implemented on? Is it going to be a layer 1, layer 2 on Caspa? How is it going to work? Is it going to be like an inscription or an actual smart contract? And a lot of these questions are currently unanswered, but he did mention here that he says, I have more info that could have been shared, such as USDT and potential quick transition to native USDC. But I prefer not until everything is ready, as there will be endless questions from the community and I don't want to spend that much time on X. I already had a lot of these days, so maybe just give it another 30 days and you shall have what we can offer. We'll do a stablecoin progress AMA when I have time and offer more info myself in the following weeks. And I've already said on here before in a previous news video that there is already talks underway to integrate Caspa with USDT and USDC, and we're just waiting for more information on how that is all going to work. Next, we have the user by the name of Ross here that has created a Ghost DAG protocol visualizer, which is really neat to see. The next few bit of posts are going to just be a lot of different users building on Caspa, which is just really great to see that it seems like within the last month, tons of different random people have been popping up and trying to integrate new things into Caspa. Next, we have here Caspa Alliance for Transparency announcing that the Caspa experience is coming. It's going to be an event in Berlin on September 13, 2025. There's only going to be 500 tickets, but they say here every vendor, food, drinks, merch, and products is only going to be accepting Caspa. So this event is going to be truly a Caspa standard event where if you want to be able to interact or purchase anything there, you need to be using Caspa. So really cool to see that this event is going to be happening very soon here. Next, we have here this user stating that vibe coding the official BitAxe open source repo into the Kasparos environment would be bold. Luke said he could build CasAxe now if the Cas version repo were ready. I can't stop thinking about its huge cypherpunk potential. The next hackathon should target this. And basically this is just talking about the possibility that Caspa can get something similar to BitAxe. And if you don't know what BitAxe is, it basically is this thing right here, which is a very small home miner that allows you to solo mine Bitcoin. And it's kind of like a lottery miner because it is very difficult to find a block on Bitcoin. But the idea is to make something like this on Caspa itself and to have more people quickly able to start solo mining Caspa. And also with Caspa having a much higher block production rate, you'll have a lot higher odds in finding a solo block when you are solo mining. Next, the same user here has announced that he is creating a Chrome extension that blocks any type of phishing attacks when it relates to your seed phrase here. And I'm going to go ahead and make this a little bit bigger here. But you could see here that he has a website here that's asking for the 12-word recovery phrase. And after pasting that in there, the Chrome extension automatically blocks this from actually going through and states that you've just entered in your seed phrase. Please be mindful that whatever place you are entering this seed phrase, it actually may not be a safe place to do so. So really cool to see that people are just continuously trying to build useful things for Caspa. Next, we have two different initiatives right now going on that are Caspa mixers to allow you to basically increase your privacy when it comes to your Caspa holdings. So what this does right here, it says Cas Mixer enhances your privacy by breaking the on-chain link between source and destination addresses. We use advanced mixing techniques to ensure your transactions remain private. So basically, a bunch of people will basically put Caspa into a pool, and then once enough Caspa is in that pool, it will then start to distribute the Caspa that you wanted back to you, but in a way that is not easily identifiable where the original source came from. So that way your Caspa is coming from a random Caspa address rather than an address that is easily tied to maybe your exchange that you withdrew your Caspa from. Caspa Funding is also building a similar type project, and it's called Cas Join, and it is really cool to see these initiatives started. I really hope to see that these initiatives do become open source though, because that is very, very important when it comes to these kind of mixers. Next, we had this user here with 64,000 followers state here saying, a friend of mine is in Albania and just sent me this. He goes on to say, Cas is getting adopted more and more. And it's just a picture here showing that a restaurant in Albania has the accepted Caspa sticker here. So that's really, really cool to see that Caspa is slowly getting adopted to be used to buy goods and services. Next, we have this user here that announced that he created a wallpaper for your PC and also has dark mode of the block DAG visualizer. So if you are interested in picking this up, the link to all of these topics will be down below in the description, but this is a wallpaper that you can use for your PC. And then last but not least, we have this new account that popped up, and it's called moonbound.gg, and it says first fair launch only token platform in the Caspa universe, ready for orbit, powered by Caspa. So basically it's just another website to trade tokens and all that kind of stuff on the Caspa network, and they have just launched and it's brand new. So it is interesting to see all these initiatives going on and a lot of building going on within Caspa. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. And before we go, if you have not considered getting yourself a Tangem card, Tangem has these Caspa exclusive cards. And if you use the code Caspa Silver at the checkout, you will receive 10% off your order. And it is so important that you do keep your Caspa offline and off exchanges, because whenever you keep your Caspa on an exchange, you may or may not ever see your funds again if that exchange was to go bankrupt or something else happens to it where they decide to just lock your funds away. So consider getting a Tangem card, and I'll greatly appreciate your support in doing so, because getting those does help support my channel. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new around here, and as always, don't be average, be different.